Give me a D and a G. It's the Dawg and Gus Show. It's the Dawg and Gus Show.
Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show.
Yeah, one Be Kind Radio.
Exactly.
Yes. What's going on, Dog?
Not much. We've got a wonderfully talented artist to speak to today.
Yes, Rachel Cousins. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to chatting. So let's get right into it. So for listeners who might be new to your music, how would you describe your sound in your own words?
I think that I would say it's definitely a little genre bending. I came from a pop background. I was doing pop for many years, but I've gone back to my roots. So I would say singer-songwriter, adult contemporary even, but there's definitely a mix going on for sure. I like to say that it's like a little bit of a melting pot of everything that I've done before. Perfect.
Yes. I like that. The genre bending. That's a nice word. Nice.
Yeah, that way you're not pegged into one genre.
Yeah.
But you're a 4-time pop artist of the year. You have
Yeah.
to bring that up, in Newfoundland.
Yes.
She's stoked about that, I guess.
Yeah, that was exciting. And
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. I mean, to be nominated, like, there's a lot of really insanely talented musicians here. So just to be nominated under Music NL and even East Coast Music Awards and stuff, it's wild, to be honest. I have looked up to these people like my entire career, and now I'm doing stuff with them, and yeah, it's wild. I never take that for granted.
So growing up in Newfoundland, how did that East Coast culture shape who you are as an artist? Like, has it sort of come from that?
I mean, there's a lot of like Irish traditional and folk music here. Like, that's really rich in Newfoundland, as it would be. But I think that once I really started to show up to a bunch of different gigs and meet a bunch of different people, I realized that there's so much music in general here. There's really good rock artists and there's really good pop, and there's just a whole bunch of it here. So because it's a small city, like I'm in St. John's and there's a lot of musicians here, I get to be surrounded by different music all the time. So even though I'm in Newfoundland, people often think that I'm isolated to only some things. And it felt that way for a while, I guess. But once you really get out there, you realize how much is kicking around the city. So it definitely has had an effect on my music and the way that I create, for sure.
I was in Newfoundland this year, actually. I was in Corner Brook. My best friend lives in Corner Brook. He married a girl from there and then just ended up staying. And I just found it such a nice experience because it felt like going back in time. Obviously St. John's a big city, but you kind of go there and there's kids playing outside and there's people just by a fire, and I just found it to be a little less hustle and bustle like kind of thing, as opposed to Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal sort of thing. Would you agree?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. It's everybody here is a little bit more grounded and rooted, I think, because you're kind of forced to be in a lot of ways. Yeah.
And why is it when they have a couple drinks in Newfoundland, English is a second language?
I don't know. I mean, I have a brutal Newfie accent. Like, I don't even drink anymore, but I have a brutal Newfie accent even when I'm just around other people with an accent. Like, I have a family from around the Bay. So it's just there. Like, I don't know. It's not an optional thing. It just kind of happens, I think.
Although you're hiding it well, I don't really catch a lot of a Newfie accent there.
It's funny how you... Yes. Yeah. I've taken a lot of time to get rid of. I have a friend who's from Newfoundland, and whenever I talk to him, I start to talk like that too. So it's very infectious when you start talking to somebody. Like when he calls me to wish me a happy birthday, we have the same birthday. So he'll go on, how you getting on? And I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. Right. And I'm just, I'm looking for subtitles sometimes. I've known the guy 30 years and I'm still looking for subtitles for some of the stuff he says.
I know, right?
But
I found the saying, where are you to, very interesting, because I was like, somebody said, where are you to? And I was like, I don't know if you're asking me where I'm from or where I'm going or what I'm doing. I don't know which one you're asking, but I guess it's all three. So
yeah, sort of. Where are you to?
We won't dive. Yeah, exactly. We won't dive into that too much, but you know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun to ask because where are you to? And I was like, I'm here, bro. I don't know I don't know. When did you first realize that music was more than a hobby for you?
It was very early on for me. Like, I grew up doing musical theater, and I always say that I knew it was real for me. I think I might have been like 10 at this time, and I was already doing like some film and musical theater, and I loved acting. And I remember being on stage for Annie the musical, and I was just like one of the orphans. And I vividly remember, it's like it could have happened yesterday for how vivid it is in my brain. I just remember the huge curtain going up and the audience applauding, and it's like the sold out show, and it's a big thing in the city. And I was just like a side character of this musical, but I remember getting that insane feeling in my stomach and that adrenaline rush. And my parents recall me saying like, this is what I want to do forever. Like that is what I want to feel like always. And it never went away from me. And it was just always stage is what I wanted. And I've been gigging for like a decade. I'm 24. I've been gigging at least since I was 14, with like permission slips in my guitar case and stuff. So yeah, it's just always been very real for me. I didn't go to post-secondary for a reason. Like it's just always been music. Yeah.
That's cool.
Now, you around the Newfoundland area, have you ever been a fangirl when you met somebody that because I know you perform with Alan Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fangirl on him, or was it just, no, this is business, I'm a singer, you're a singer, let's do this?
Alan makes it really hard to fangirl because he's very like, he doesn't want that at all. Like he's very personable and he's so down to earth and just very like, he also has the funniest like self-deprecating humor when you get to know him too. You don't even have to know him. He's like that on stage, but it's even funnier when he's just like in a room. So it's hard to like fangirl when somebody is just so like, I'm just a guy and we're just making music and this is what I do. And that's always kind of how he's been. Even when he's like a huge mentor to me in the way that he's like teaching while I'm watching him work. He's just very personable and his family's always been lovely. And I would say that if there is someone that I fangirled over, it was definitely Tim Baker. Like when I first met Tim, I was obsessed with Hey Rosetta as a teenager and a young adult. And so when I met Tim Baker for the first time, it was a big deal to me and we got a picture and I freaked out. And it's funny now because now we've like done a show together and like we see each other every ECMAs and whatever. And I hope that he doesn't remember how much I freaked out that first time, but that did happen. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm sure he didn't mind.
Who's sleeping in the background?
Oh, my Bruno. I didn't even realize he was in here. Yeah, he's sleeping. You can see him.
Cute.
Yeah, there he is.
Cute. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he appears in some of your videos, and
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Oh, it's famous.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes, yeah, basically. Yep.
So what's your process when you're writing a new song? Like, is it lyrics first, melody first, or does it depend on the moment?
It really depends on the moment, but for this album, it was happening in a way of like improv a lot of times. Like I would just sit down and start playing something random, hit voice memo, and then something would just kind of hit and it would just snowball from there. And they were very quick writes for this album. So normally it's like lyrics first for me in a way, because I'm always writing lyrics. I'm definitely not the strongest guitar player by any means. I often just play by hearing and like by remembering where I am instead of what actual chord I'm playing. So lyrics definitely come first in a way, because they're always just like happening, or quotes or whatever it may be. But lately for writing, it's just like I'll sit down with my guitar or a piano and I'll just start playing something and then start randomly saying words, start telling a story just like off the top of my head. And that's kind of how I end up writing lately.
That's cool.
Mm.
That's a skill I don't have.
There's a lot of skills I don't have, music wise. I read a little bit about, I listened to the song. I listened to your new album on the way here. I wanted to ask, is there a Nora?
Yeah. So my co-writer is Leanne Hoffman, brilliant musician out of Nova Scotia. And yeah, she got on this Zoom and she had the hook for Nora. Nora, I hate the way you talk about yourself. She brought that into the Zoom session. And I loved it right off the bat. And she has a friend, Nora. Yeah, so Nora is a real person. Not to me specifically, but definitely to Leanne, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I find your vocals are really like expressive. Do you approach singing more emotionally or technically when you're in the studio? How would you describe that process?
Always emotionally for me. Like I've been trained, like I was trained for like 9 or 10 years vocally, but it was never classical trained. So it was never like your Royal Conservatory where a lot of musicians are fully trained, like with anatomy and all of these things in mind. And I was trained to be able to sing healthily and to be able to learn my voice. But my voice also changed so much over the years just because I never shut up. Like I never stopped singing. And I'm just always picking at things and focusing on random things to fix in my voice. So, I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. What was your original question?
Uh,
I'm thinking about
do you-
the way I used to sing now.
Well, it's just like, is it more emotional or technical? I guess.
Yes,
would be
sorry.
yeah.
Totally got
That's
off
okay.
tangent.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely
your
emotional.
hour.
Yeah, I don't know, right? It's definitely emotional for me. Like when I'm in studio, I'm not specifically thinking about how I want to deliver the line technically. It's always like, how do I want to portray this emotionally and be able to get the most connection out of it or make it seem the most genuine kind of thing. It's not me trying to get the best run or anything like that. There's a lot of vocals on this album that I'm sure I could have sung better technically, but we kept them there for a reason because it felt like I was translating what I felt in that moment. And I cried a lot while just tracking the vocals for this album, and I would have to take breaks, and all of that happened because it was very real for me. So I think if I approached it from like a technicality thing, it would have kind of ruined that for me as well. So it's just always been an emotional thing. And when I
Makes
sing
sense.
just casually too, it's an emotional thing for me, you know?
it's a little less genuine when you're. It's tactical, right?
Yeah, I think so. You can get a little lost in that, I think.
Yeah,
I think you
Yeah.
overthink it too.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
not for all the songs that we've written, we agree.
Well, no, but like I think speaking to
Mhm.
a few artists though, like when you ask that question, it's always tends to be emotional 1st and then there are technical parts of it that you have to
course.
put in when you're in the studio. But I think
Mhm.
that's has to start somewhere, and you have to believe in it too. I think,
Yes.
and if it's your own words, it's going to be something that's from inside.
Right. So was it cathartic when you wrote and sung "Crying While Wasted"?
Very. It's cathartic, but it's also very like liberating in a way to just say your truth. Like when I first wrote it, I was so excited because I realized that I had put like what I deemed bad damage or like unuseful emotions or something into something that felt really powerful, kind of like just reclaiming it in a way or something. I don't know what the real word for it is, but there is a feeling of it being cathartic and like freeing in a way, just having it down on paper and then out. And then when I'm singing it, it's never not like a very visceral thing for me to sing, specifically Crying While Wasted. It's like I'm singing to myself or something all the time. It's weird, but cathartic is definitely a word for it. Yeah.
Nice,
Mm.
interesting. Tell us about the latest project. Like, what inspired it, and what message do you hope listeners take away?
Yeah, so this project is funny because it all happened very suddenly. Like I met Greg Wells, the producer, and I signed with Silly Cove Records, which is a small record label based out of Winterton, out of Trinity Hall. So when I signed with Silly Cove and I started working with Greg, it was all like for a passion project, like non for profit. Greg's not making money. It's like truly just because he sees the talent in Newfoundland. And so when I started making this album, it was clear, like almost without it really even being spoken, how we wanted the album to sound. He knew that I had been itching to make an album after listening to the songs that I listened to. He knew that I was itching to make an album that went back to like a singer-songwriter, just write the song, track it from guitar or piano up, live real instruments, like just get back to what I used to be doing. And I love pop music, it's so fun, but I also kind of got lost in like who I was and what I wanted to do with my career in a way. So this album just kind of wrote itself. Like I wrote in preparation for the album, as you do when you know that you have to fly up to California and record. But then it was so weird because when I played the songs, Greg is like, they're great songs, really well written, but it just doesn't feel like the album. Like it just doesn't feel like this is what you are really trying to do. And he called it out. Like it was wild because it's like I knew that he was right. Like it wasn't even like I was upset by it. It's like I knew that there was something else that I needed to dig at. And then the month that I spent in California in November, Greg gave me a guitar so that after working all day in studio with him, I could go back to my apartment and just sit down with my guitar and do the creative, playful thing. And then I was just like writing in the nighttime and then going in the next morning and tracking it. Like that is the song that would end up on the album because it was so real. And I was just writing it to be playful and not so in my head about like, let me write a hit song, let me write a banger for this album. That wasn't there anymore. And that happened multiple times. Like the first trip up, I wrote Watch Your Mouth in like 45 minutes on a piano on my day off. And then we tracked it the next day. And then Standing Still, Lies are both songs that happened like that in November. So it just kind of fell out. Like there's only 3 co-writes on this 9-song album, and that's just because there were so many moments of just me being like, wait, something's happening in my life, let me do it now. So this album is very relevant. Like, this isn't old material stuff. Like, this is stuff that was literally happening while I was making the album. So I think that's why it hits home too, and it felt so good to just like do it. It was just real. So as I was processing and taking in all of these experiences and being away from home for a month, I was also just like writing those songs and recording them the next day. So it's all captured in like 48 hours, which I think is really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you think technology has anything to do with that? Or it was just you just rocked through it? Like, I don't know. It just sounds like it'd be interesting.
Greg's a genius. Like, Greg is Greg, and like he didn't win multiple Grammys for no reason. Like, just to watch him work is just like he locks in, and it's what he knows. Like, it's like a whole language that he speaks. And so it was just very natural. Like, I would go into the studio and play him the song on my guitar or on my voice memo, and then he'd say, okay, let's take off. Like, let's track your guitar, let's track a piano, get your vocal done, and then let me go crazy. And you tell me what you like, what you don't like, where we should go with it. And there's so much of this album that Greg just like produced. And then when he would turn it back to me, I'd go, everything's perfect. It's just spoken the exact way that I wanted it spoken. And I don't know enough technically about like all of the things he does computer wise and like with the technology, but I know that whatever happened in that studio and the way that we worked was very natural and efficient. And to only record a whole album in like a month and 2 extra weeks is it feels like an accomplishment either way, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, is 6 weeks a long time to make an album? I don't think so.
I don't suspect so.
Well, considering that we've talked to people, it's like, we spoke to a gentleman a couple of weeks ago that took him 2 years to make the album that he just put out.
Right.
Now, are you going to have hard copies? Are you a hard copy kind of person, a CD or vinyl?
Oh yeah, we got CDs. I love hard copies, and I plan on doing vinyl for sure, because this album is just with the artwork and the aesthetic of it all. Like, I really want to do something intricate on a vinyl, and I love art anyways and creating those types of things. So yeah, the CDs are already done, and we have boxes of those, but vinyls I definitely want to do. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Say you robbed a bank and you had to pick one song in the car as you're driving away. What song is that?
Oh, it got to be something Fleetwood Mac, but I'm really trying to think of something. Or maybe like Godzilla, like something wild. Godzilla, Blue Oyster Cult, maybe.
There you
something.
go.
I don't
That's
know.
a good
Yeah.
tune. Yeah.
That is good.
I don't know.
That's a great choice. Well, I think for Fleetwood, wouldn't it be Chains? I think that would be Chains. Sorry, it would be.
Yeah.
As it kind of builds up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, what do you got?
Oh no, we're not doing that.
Come on, we got to do one. We
got
do
nothing.
one. I've asked this before, and we switch it up every time.
I'm going to go back to Crash and Burn, April Wine. It's just like it's just a straight ahead rocker. You put your foot down, you're going 160 miles an hour listening to this song.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you got to speed away, right? You're not going to drive away slowly from a bank robbery.
Go Godzilla.
That's a great choice. Yeah.
I'll go. I'll do Blue Oyster Cult too, but I'll do Don't Fear the Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Godzilla's better.
Of course it's better. Yeah. I mean, that's why she's a
Godzilla
musician.
gives me like movie intro. Someone's like smoking a cigarette and just Godzilla. You know what I mean? It's a whole thing in my brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Now you've got your little quirky question. I got one too. What's Coleman's?
Oh, Coleman's was my first ever job. I worked at a grocery store. But the funny thing is I was gigging there before I became like part of the actual staff. So they hire musicians to do like 2-hour set. They pay you in cash. They're really great support for like local musicians here. And it's a local business. Like, it's all family owned. I worked there for years and I did multiple departments. But then they asked me back. Like, I haven't worked there in a while now, years, but they asked me back to do the commercial for them because I was gigging there for quite some time. So I went back and did their little commercial to involve some music and stuff. They're really great, I must say.
That's awesome. It's
Very
like a full circle moment.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's great. you're recognized nationally now. Obviously, how does it feel to see your work resonating beyond the East Coast?
It's pretty wild. Like, I think this album kind of solidified like a weird like faith in myself or something, or just like a capability because of the reach that it's had in a way. Like East Coast, or even if it's just like playlisting, or I see another random spot pop up of where listeners are, just that is like all music means to me, is like connection and reaching out past different places, because music is so universal to me and it's such like a universal language. And yeah, I mean, anywhere that it goes, it really excites me. And whenever like I talk about it with other musicians, and they always get so excited to talk about it too, because it means the most just to see your music going somewhere. Like, that's all you want for it. It's like, these are your babies. Like, these songs and these projects are truly your children that you just put out into the world one day, and you just hope the best for them. And so it's really nice to see them go places and do things, literally.
So tell us about Come Together. You're going to be up in the center of the universe, as they call it, Toronto.
Who's
Yeah.
they call it?
The people in Toronto,
Oh, fair.
not us.
No.
Like we.
Yeah, I'm excited for Come Together. I haven't been to Toronto in a bit. I think maybe the last time I was up for like anything work related was might have been Canada's Walk of Fame stuff, and then I just like butted around for Canada's Music Week. So it's been a minute. Like, the last real time I was up was just for a concert. So I'll be excited to go up and perform at the Horseshoe Tavern on the 25th. And there's a lot of really cool people doing it. So I'm excited just to travel and do music and connect with other people again.
That's awesome. Yeah. I bet you Horseshoe's a great spot too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Canadian music industry can be tough to navigate. What have you learned about staying authentic to yourself in it?
I think I tried for a long time, specifically when I was doing pop music. I tried for a long time to like mirror what I saw around me and what I saw was working. And that might make you more marketable, and that might like push your numbers or whatever. But I realized that it just kind of sends you into misery. And so for this album, I really focused on like how I felt about things. And it's really hard to do in the music industry. Like, you're constantly listening to so many people, like a full team of like what is best and your numbers and what is next and all of these things. And those are all very important things when you're a musician. But I also wasn't told like how important it would be for just me to like actually know how I feel, and like moving intentionally, not just moving to move, like doing things that feel good and work well for me. And so I think just like doing music for this long and like traveling, and this is my 4th studio project now. Like, I'm only 24, but I do feel like I have some experience at this point, and I think it's just a matter of like listening to yourself and to your gut. Like, I'm not afraid to say no to something anymore if it doesn't fit me. And I think that's important, like, especially as a young female growing up in the industry. Like, I have an amazing mother who's my manager also, and to be surrounded by people who will say like, you're allowed to say no, and you're allowed to communicate what you like and what you don't like and whatever. Those are really important things that I'm glad that I have in my head now, because this is the point that it can get really scary. Like, when things start blowing up and you start doing things on a wider scale, and you start working with more people and more money's involved and all of these things, that's when things can start to get like a little woozy, and you start to like lose touch with yourself. So I think majorly it's just like remaining in touch with me, because I am the artist at the end of the day. And if I'm out of touch, then like none of this matters, you know?
Totally. Makes
Makes
sense.
You feel you're more grounded because your mom is with you?
I mean, she doesn't like travel with me as much and stuff anymore, but she's always with me, like in terms of she's constantly hands-on. She does all of my administration stuff and all of these things. And I would not, like, I mean it when I say I don't think that I would have lasted in this industry like the last little bit if I had to do all of that stuff, because as a creative and as an artist, I don't know how some artists do it without like some management or some help, because it's a lot to like try and do the business scale of it, and then also try and be a creative who's just completely in your area of like making the art and doing that. So I think that that's a huge thing for me. Like, I've remained focused and felt more capable because she's not just a manager, like she's also my mother, and she's very much so like protective and what's best for Rachel and what's going to work and what is going to work best for her career. That's just always been there. So that security is, of course, a huge thing for me. But yeah, I've been quite lucky to be working and surrounded by like really great people my entire career. So I definitely have to say that as well. Like, I've been surrounded by really strong and determined women specifically, but also just like so many people in my life are very supportive. Like, I feel like I'll have my head screwed on tight for a good while, at least. We can hope. Like, that's what it feels like. I think that there's enough people around me to keep me grounded and centered for sure.
Sounds like you're on the right track for sure.
Mm.
What's something your fans might be surprised to learn about you?
Maybe that if they don't really know the lore, like, it's easy to listen to Crying While Wasted and stuff like this, but maybe that I like full on was an alcoholic at like 20 years old. Like, I was struggling with addiction, and that's why Crying While Wasted is on the album. And I'm 3 years and 4 months clean. So that's a fact that people might not know, even if they do listen to the album or Crying While Wasted. So that's the fact about me.
That's great. Good for you. I'm also in recovery too, so that's amazing to hear. I'm happy for you.
Congrats to you as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry.
What's when you get to travel, is there a place or a venue that you want to go and perform at?
Yes. So I go to Halifax quite frequently. And I still, like, I always get the itch whenever I see it, and whenever I'm in Halifax, I really want to perform at the Carlton. Like, I want to do a show there. I've spoken to the Carlton multiple times, and it's just a matter of like, I just need to make it happen. Like, I really want to perform there. In Toronto, I mean, there's a lot of places. I love the Rivoli. I would 100% perform there again. I've only performed there once, but I really loved it. And then obviously there's like the huge scale, big dream things, but you know,
throw one out. Yeah. Throw one out.
Like Scotiabank Arena. Like, those are the things that I hope for myself one day. I always have, and if I stop hoping now, then it's just not going to happen. So
no, and if you don't say it, it won't happen either. That's why I'm a big manifester. So
that's why that's why he made you say it.
Yeah, I need you to say it so that it's out here now.
Yeah.
What about in Ottawa? Is there a place that you are would want to play here? Maybe the National Arts Center would be cool, but something like that.
Maybe? I haven't been to Ottawa enough to even know a lot of venues in Ottawa. I've only been to Ottawa once, and it was maybe for like a day. So yeah, I honestly need to just travel, and I need to like walk around these places and just pop into random places and find where the music is. Like, that's what I love to do when I travel specifically. So Ottawa is a place that I need to find these venues and the little holes in the walls, because I love those places personally.
We will help you. We know all the holes and all the walls.
And all the walls.
Dog knows more than I do, actually, so it's great. It's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a place called the Dominion that would be
that's a hole. That's
a real hole in the wall. I was thinking National Arts Center, the big, like, it's such a.
I was thinking Blues Fest myself.
Blues Fest would be sweet too.
Yeah. I've done Blues Fest. Like, it was only for a slight competition. Like, it was like a side tent sort of thing. And I got to see Jessie Reyez perform, but that was the only time I was in Ottawa. So.
Oh, so that was the day that you were here. You just did Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah, nothing big. Just one day in Ottawa.
Sorry to bother you with that.
I honestly, like, you just sparked that part of my memory when you said that. I was like, oh my gosh, that is what the 24 hours in Ottawa was.
That's a pretty good one to do. It was a pretty good one to do.
It was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of talent, and I got to see Jessie Reyez randomly, and that was how I first kind of found her. So that was pretty sick.
That was awesome. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, big man?
Man, well, you kind of focused on it a little bit, but do you find that the music culture in Newfoundland is very big, or is it kind of, we got it here in St. John's, and then they got it down in I can't even name another city, Corner Brook.
They don't have a music scene there.
Oh no,
they do, but they have, it's not the same. St. John's is like the.
Well,
St. John's is definitely the hub, yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of it here, like so much. You can't even, like, just besides how much you see on social media and how many musicians are putting out music, there is so many musicians here who like have no interest in putting out music and who have no interest in doing the solo artist thing, but they're so incredible, and they're in the bars and they're in the little venues that you don't think about, and they're playing. There's music every night of the week here all the time. Like, there's music happening right now somewhere. And our Irish pubs are always full, and I mean, yeah, it's like always happening constantly.
Yeah, it's a cool place. You should go.
It's one of the 2 provinces I've never been to.
Really?
Really?
You've been to a lot of provinces, actually.
Yeah, I haven't been to Newfoundland, and I haven't been to
Quebec.
British Columbia.
Mhm.
Quebec. It's like a stone's throw from my house.
Those too, but I haven't been to Alberta, which is what you've been there. But,
I
Okay,
lived there.
yeah.
Alberta. How do you handle self-doubt or creative burnout when it hits?
What if I said I don't? What if I said that I do crash out and I do just like completely have a breakdown sometimes and just go, what am I doing? What is happening? Why am I doing this to myself? I'm so incapable, so inadequate. I do all of that. As much as I feel really capable and very much so like accomplished, and I feel like I have success at this point in my life, and at the same time, there are so many nights where I'm just like freaking out, feeling, and like I don't really know how I deal with it. I think it's just like you have to come back around, and like I say all the time that I do it scared and I do it anxious and I do it insecure. Like I do that sometimes. I've gotten on stage and just like right before that I'm don't even know why I'm doing it. But I still do it, and then afterwards I feel really good and I remember why I'm doing it. I think it's just you have to like do things that remind you of why you're doing it in the first place. For me, it's like doing something playfully, going to karaoke and watching people scream their heads off, or like going and listening to another musician you've never heard before. It's just like doing those types of things to like snap your brain out of this very critical time crunch, time, marketing, material. Like, just take a breath. Like I said, I think sometimes as a musician, you just got to be like, none of that even accounts for anything if I'm not doing it happy or like doing it. One of my favorite artists that talks about any of this is Donovan Woods. He completely changed the way that I viewed like how to go about this industry as an artist. He's the first person that I saw be like, oh yeah, this is brutal. Like he will get up there and he'll just say, this is really hard. And no, I don't feel like every time I get up here that this is my destiny and everything is beautiful and doing music is amazing. It's like sometimes you don't feel like that, and that is normal and fine. And I feel like that needs to be said more. Like you don't always feel like music magic and singing and performing in concerts. Sometimes it's like I don't know what I'm doing. And it's just you just have to do the things that are the root of it, like why we started it in the first place and why you're performing in the first place. It's for that feeling, it's for the connection, it's to give audience members a moment in time and to make them feel like they're a part of something. Like all of that is just what you have to get back to somehow. However you do that, you kind of figure it out in the moment, I think.
Do it anyway.
Do it.
Just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's why the hook from the song Nora resonated so deeply with you, because if this is what you're feeling at some point and you hear somebody else vocalize the same thing that you're thinking, it's like, wow, yeah, that's
Ding, ding, ding.
ding, you know,
Yep.
there we go.
Yep.
It was one of those
100%.
aha moments, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard the saying where it's like being nervous or scared is the same feeling as being excited? Like your body reacts the same way. Have you ever
Yes.
heard that?
Yes. And it's almost like if you have buckets of where you're supposed to put them, there is not, you can't find the bucket. And that's kind of where you get that orb of like energy of like nervous displacement sort of thing. And I've also learned that like an emotion will normally only last for like 60 to 90 seconds. And if you're holding that for longer, it's because you've internalized it or you're holding it by choice or by actively processing it. And that's also helped me a lot when it comes to just industry and movement in general. If I'm at a conference and I have like a total, like I'm ready to go into a meeting and I have a total moment of like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't do this. Everyone else is better than me. I will, okay, so you feel that. All right. Let yourself feel that. But then it's like, we got to move on. So if you're going to keep feeling like that, then fine, but that's not going to do anything. So we have to like keep it pushing. You got to snap out of it somehow and remember how you felt like 2 minutes before that. You know what I mean? That's kind of also how it helps. Kind of like psychology things, but psychology and music are very intertwined anyways.
Music is therapy.
Yeah,
Yep.
very much so.
Yep, I agree with that. Is there a wish list? Do you have a wish list of people that you would love to perform a song with?
Yeah, my like top one right now is Lizzie McAlpine. She is like my most listened to artist probably, and a huge inspo for me for writing and for this album in general. I referenced like a lot of just how she is as an artist to Greg, and just like pushed so much of her music in Greg's ears to be like, this is the thing, like this is what I want to capture, like just this essence of pureness. And like Lizzie does this cool thing where she, like on her album, there's a song where it's just a voice memo that they then produced and put like the instruments under because they didn't want to redo the vocal because it was so perfect. I love that. I love an artist who's just going to do that because it's just, okay, well, it's not perfect and it is a voice memo off an iPhone, but it's the way that the song needs to be. And listening to her has helped me a lot. Maggie Rogers is another one I'd love to perform with. Billie Eilish is like one of my favorite artists of all time. Stevie Nicks. Yeah. I could go on forever, but.
And we would stop you at about,
Stevie
20
Nicks
minutes or
is
so.
good, yeah.
No,
We would
you
never
missed it.
stop. We would never stop.
No,
But
no.
that's good. Stevie Nicks is definitely a good one. What can fans expect from a live show?
Fans can expect like a non-scripted, totally genuine, intimate show a lot of the time, especially when it's just me and my guitar. Like, I like to get into the nitty-gritty and talk about what the song is about and what the experience was. I'll tell the story from the perspective of we're in it right now. Like, I think that that's the fun that I've had. And a lot of, like, honest to God, like, this album has brought a lot of that back to me. I didn't script anything for my listening party or my album release show. It's just like, here are the songs that I'm doing, and I'm going to speak the way that my brain and my mouth just naturally want to in between the songs. And it's given me so much peace as an artist to just not worry about like the facade of it all and like putting it all up. It's just, if you're coming to a show, like expect, maybe I'll like flub up my words, or I'll tell you a story that's really embarrassing, or I'll crack a joke that's half funny, I don't know, and I'm talking about these songs, and sometimes it's really devastating, and then sometimes it's really not. Like, I don't know, it's like the personal and the human thing about it all. I think that's what I really want to offer to like industry and to shows and to mainstream now, is just like just being human about it. And I'm, especially with everything happening now with like AI and all of those things, it's like I think that it's very important to just be human, and like in those moments when it's just person to person, it's like, why don't we just talk about the things, and I'll have a conversation with people in the audience, and yeah, that's what you can expect. I just like the connection of it all, and I like to keep it chill and genuine and safe and welcoming, just for anybody to stumble in and take a seat. That's kind of the vibe that I want to bring.
It's like a kitchen party.
Yes. See, okay, so these are the things that like Newfoundland has influenced me with. The kitchen party-esque of it all. It's not kitchen party music, but it is that vibe of like, come and grab a seat and let's just have a yarn and sing.
Yeah, it was awesome, actually. When I went to the wedding in Corner Brook like long ago, and I spoke obviously on behalf of my friend, and then that party was great. Like, like the music and live music, and everybody's got a guitar and dancing and stuff. But the day after, when they opened the presents and we were at someone's house, that was a more intimate, fun atmosphere, because of like, there was somebody, they have a live show going on, and all the older people are dancing, and it was such a freeing experience, because we seem to be so buttoned up all the time, and then and like you said, the AIs in the world and all this stuff that's coming along, it's certainly, I think, being personal and being present and being a person that's genuine is going to be that'll be your strength, I think, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
People resonate with that more, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, as a singer-songwriter, I have a question. Which would you think would be more fulfilling for you? You're at a gig and you've got the audience singing the song back to you that you're singing, or somebody, say like a Lizzie McAlpine or Maggie, record one of your songs.
I'm going to say like singing with an audience that sings back to me. I would love to like write for other artists and have that like ghostwriting be a part of my career one day. But I don't know, I'm kind of a stickler for like, I want to sing my song and I want to have people sing it with me. That's just such like a solo artist lead singer thing to say, but it's true. So
yeah. No, I've asked that question a few times, and it's exactly the same answer every time.
Funny, hey?
Yeah, that they would love to see the song. Like, for the people to take the time to listen to the song enough times to repeat the lyrics back to you.
Yes.
And be genuine about it. And you're just like, yes, I love this.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, it's I think it'd be cool.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
really
think it
cool.
would be like wow. It'd just be
Especially
like
for someone who's this is they're pouring their love out to you, and they're pouring their love right back at you. It must be just such an interesting connection.
Mhm.
What do you do in your free time? What do you do when you're not making music?
I mean, I spend a lot of time like with my friends, specifically my best friend. We just spend a lot of time together. He's also a creative. He's a big drag queen in the city, so I spend a lot of time like with someone who's making costumes all the time and like doing visuals, and he does my posters and stuff. So often with other creative people. I would say, I mean, I spend a lot of time home lately, to be honest. Like, I'm quite a homebody. I'm constantly like picking at random music things and instruments or visuals. I'm very in tune with that, especially with an album release right now. Like, there's a lot of this that's going on, which drives me crazy, but it is the thing that is happening. Um, and then I work like I'm a waitress and a bartender on the side, as every other musician is. So yeah, I mean, as whenever I have other free time, it's like I do really enjoy like a night out, or I like going to the gym or going outside. Pretty basic answers, but yeah, that's me.
yeah, pretty basic answers, but yeah,
Well, they are.
basic human answers.
She's zesting the orange. She's like enjoying it all.
Zesting the orange.
Yeah.
Is that like a bartender terminology you're using there? Zesting?
Well, I'm a good bartender, but that was a long time ago.
You're a mediocre bartender.
Whatever.
You're just loud.
No, what I mean is she's enjoying the entire piece of fruit of life.
I understand.
Yes.
All right. I'm sitting right here with you.
Living.
Zesting the orange.
Now, when you go to see a show, do you go there as Rachel, the person listening to the show, or do you go there as Rachel Cousins, singer-songwriter?
I'm going as Rachel. Like when I went to Billie Eilish, it was very it was so emotional for me. But the thing is like, and every artist I know understands this feeling. I go to a concert, I was dying to be there anyways. Like that was a huge deal for me. It's a dream to have seen her. And my mom was in charge of like filming everything because I didn't want to. And a lot of like crying and laughing and dancing. But then there is that like aching thing that I feel when I go to these live concerts of like, I want that so bad. It makes me sick. Like that is a thing that multiple other artists have explained to me. And it happens every time. Like I've seen Ed Sheeran. It was the same thing. Like just him on stage with a guitar. I'm like, I want it so bad. And I know that there's other people in the arena that feel that same way. Like I think that's wild. I don't like, yeah, I mean, I'm going as Rachel, but Rachel is also such a big part of Rachel Cousins' music, not just because it's the same person, but you know what I mean. And then Rachel also has that like inner child that I'm doing all of this for a lot of the time. Like I brought a little baby picture of me to California because I'm like, this is what we're doing. Like you wanted this really bad. And sometimes I just really need to be reminded once again, like I said, of why I'm doing it and who I'm doing it for kind of thing. And those concerts are moments like that where it's just like the inner child in me is like, this is what we always dreamed of. And now we're like seeing it because it's actually a real thing. It's not like this dream thing that you think of as a kid. It's like a real concert that you're at with real lighting and scaffolding, and it's wild.
Yeah. I like how you said we, because you're talking about your younger self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along for the ride, right?
Along for the ride. Yes, indeed.
I like that a lot. What's your favorite song by any other artist of all time, and why?
Oh.
Oh, I would say Vienna by Billy Joel.
Oh, great song.
Got me through my teenage and my like younger adult years. Like right before I turned 20, I was not doing well. Like I've always struggled with mental illness and just didn't know if I was going to be able to do music. And I was at the peak of my addiction sometimes. And like Vienna was just always the song that would bring me back to take a breath. Like, where's the fire? You can figure it out. You are in your 20s, like that type of thing. I still listen to it. And it still, sometimes it just makes me cry just at what that song is. But then everybody also knows that like my go-to song is Dreams, and I sing it whenever I can. I cover it all the time. I just did it at my album release with a full band. Like I love that song, and it makes me feel so like rock star. I don't know. So that's another song too.
You were not expecting that song, were you?
No, I was not, and
Well, that's
I
good.
happily.
That's a great song.
Oh, I mean, Billy Joel, and he's a singer-songwriter right there.
Somewhat, yeah. He's pretty. I think he's
he
going
had
to
a
make
couple.
it. Yeah,
He's going to do okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay. Do you play? So you play the guitar and the piano. Do you play anything else?
I mean, I played ukulele for a little bit. I've like played bass once before. I really want to learn how to play drums, and I've played electric guitar, but that's pretty much the same as acoustic guitar. But yeah, I really want to learn how to play drums. That's like one thing that nobody knows about me, but I really want to learn how to drum, like well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you could be Phil Collins instead of Billy Joel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, play the
I just
drums
think
and
that
sing.
female drummers are like the coolest. Every time I see a female drummer, I'm like,
Meg White.
what?
Wait, let's talk about that for a second then.
Okay.
How do you? I'm sure you know about Rush reforming and going out on tour, and they've got a female drummer from Germany.
Mhm.
She's unreal, by the way.
Yeah, and everybody's freaking out and
She's
like,
gonna
what?
have to be,
Like,
too.
what is the problem here? Like, why are you so upset about a female drummer with Rush? There's a reason why they picked her. They didn't pick her because she was female. They picked her because she's amazing.
And they're always going to be mad at a female taking somebody's place.
Oh my
so
God.
it's fine.
Get over
Yawning, boring. Get
it.
over
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, even Pert would be like, this girl is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
why would
Yeah,
you
like
not?
it's just about talent, but people always just freak out in general about that stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I don't understand. The one I'm freaking out. The only part I'm freaking out about is that they're not coming to Ottawa.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're going to Montreal. They're going to Toronto. They're not coming here.
You know what? I'd go to Montreal to see them, just to say I saw them, even though I don't see them with Neil. But I'm not a big Rush fan, but I do.
Yeah.
I like to see
Or just to
that.
say.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Do you mind? I'm in recovery. I mentioned that as well,
Yeah.
and it saved my life. Honestly, it was.
Me
I was
too.
in a dark place. Do you find you're clearer now, like with your decision making and your focus and where you're going and how much future you have and how amazing it's going to be because of the fact that you're working at your recovery? Would you say that's a fair statement?
100%, without a doubt. It's wild. It's like the future that I didn't even envision a future when I was struggling at my worst. Like there was nothing. It's just like at a certain point in my brain, there was nothing else. Like it was just, and not because I was being present. It was just that I could not even think of like the next 48 hours, let alone like the next 5 years of my life. And then pretty much like immediately when I got sober, that was one of the first things that I really felt. And that was hard at first because, as you may know yourself, it like really brings up a lot of stuff that you did not face or deal with or process in any way. But I think because I had to do all of that, it really like within the first year, it was something that I noticed of like, I felt awake. Like that's the word that I would use for it. Like I felt like I was actually in the driver's seat instead of like just watching myself through my eyes. And everything just became a little bit, not easier because it's not, but it became, I felt a little bit more capable of doing it. Like I wasn't doing it in water instead or something. Yeah, like my future just got a little bit more like, okay, it's not as daunting anymore as what it was before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Actually, it's like I think what you said there about looking at yourself through your eyes is such a way I was feeling, and
Yep.
I'm 9 years now, and like even still, I have stuff that I'm obviously still coming into
Yep.
light, and I'm trying
Yep.
to get rid of it or deal with it or whatever, right? So yeah, it's the best, and I don't want to ask too much about it, but I do appreciate you answering that question. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I'm very open about it, and it's
So
like
am
you
I.
said,
So I
it's
just
like
love that.
totally
Yeah.
saved my life as well. And like being 24, like I'm really, I don't know, like I didn't see it for myself at all, to be honest. Like I didn't know if it was going to be possible at all. It's like very daunting, as you would know. Like it just feels like a lot to take on, but I'm so happy just in general, and I look like a different person and I feel like a different person, and everybody in my life has seen the complete opposite like 360 that I have done just in like 3 years. So thank you for asking. I actually really appreciate it.
No, very good for you. We're
Yeah.
Very-
Proud too.
very proud, yeah.
Proud. That's the proudest thing I've ever done for
Yeah.
myself, right?
Yay!
exactly, yeah.
and it should be.
Now I'm going to take it a little bit on that as well. I didn't go through what you and Gus went through, but I did quit drinking. Did you have a moment? I had a moment where I was like, "What the hell am I doing?" Like my moment was arriving. I was at home. I woke up looked outside. My vehicle was there. No recollection about how I got home. None.
Yep.
And in that moment, I was like, I have to stop. This is done. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have or was it a collection of moments that you realized, oh my God, I have to stop?
It happened, like, the worst thing is that, like, when you're in active addiction like that, like, I would have never, if somebody had brought up, like, the word addiction to me, I probably would have gotten really upset or really offended. Because to me at that time, especially being, like, 20 at peak of it, I was just like, I like to party, leave me alone, I'm 20, what's the issue? And it was bad. Like, people, and the other thing is that people always deem, like, alcoholism as one thing. Like, they just have this one thing of what that is in their head, and if you falter out of that box, it's like, then you're not, or whatever. Really stupid, especially when it's like someone who's never struggled with addiction in their life. And there was a lot of that, but I think for me, like, there was multiple nights where I had that really scary feeling where I'd catch myself alone at one point in the night. Like, you go to the bathroom and you catch yourself alone and you're like, is this real? Is this my real life? But then you go, no, it's fine. You're being weird. Go drink. And then you go and drink again. You don't really think about it. Then the next day you hate your entire life. And then the one night that it changed for me, like the night before I gave it all up, was, I remember I started drinking really early that day and I ended up downtown. I have no idea I don't know how I got home. I don't know what happened to me, but I remember I just, like, got back to my apartment and I lived by myself, and I had a very bad, like, breakdown of what is my life. And I got really scared for myself. Just that feeling of, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I just felt like a lost cause. And my mom had to come over and she stayed with me that night. And I remember waking up that morning and being like, you can't do this. Like, I was afraid that something was going to happen to me. Like, I was afraid that I was just going to not, like, stop caring. I was scared. I knew that this was the tipping point for me. And, like, I had put myself in so much danger already and did so many stupid things when I was drinking. And so I think that morning when I woke up with that sinking and my mom being there and being so upset and so scared for me, it was just like, it's bigger than you. Like, I was like, this is bigger than you at this point, and you, like, it's time to really take things into action. And so I did. And that day I, like, did the sobriety app. I did all of the groups and I did the group support, and I told everybody in my life immediately, this is what's happening. Everybody knew that, like, I didn't drink, and it expanded beyond what I even knew, like, because of just how it is in St. John's. I remember, like, one time I had to go to the liquor store to buy somebody a gift, and this was further into my sobriety, so I was okay going in at this point. And I remember somebody came up to me in the liquor store, and he's just a musician here, and he said, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm here to buy a gift. And he said, okay, I'm just making sure. And I remember that was a moment for me of, like, this is a village. Like, this is the community thing that is what gets people through this. And I want it so bad for, like, other people that struggle with addiction. And it's really bad here in the city right now. Like, there's a lot of villainization of just addicts, and there's no facilities or sources or anything for people here.
Here too.
So it was a big thing for me. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is. And I honestly, like, you don't realize what addiction really is until you're in that, or you are loving somebody in that. And it's just like a whole woo. And then when you start explaining to people what that is, I just got a notification from my app, which is so freaky that just came up. But when you explain to people, like, why that's happening and what that means to you in your life, you also start just, like, learning what other people think of that, or who are the real ones in your life. And so honestly, I'm just grateful for everything that it brought me, not just the fact that I feel healthier and, like, stronger and mentally more clear, but I'm genuinely grateful for everything that sobriety brought me, even if that meant, like, weeding out people or bad things or anything. Like, it really did spin my life around for sure.
The weeding out is the best part, actually.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's so, it's refreshing. I didn't even have to work. Like, it was just, they did it themselves at that point.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I couldn't have been that bad because I'm still here.
Yeah, you're good. No, you were always supportive of me. You drove me around for a little while, and everything happened. Yeah, we'll tell my story another time. This is about you. So I wanted to ask, we have a final question that we tend to ask we have asked everybody. We don't tend to.
We don't tend to.
Okay, so there's 2 decades of music that we discuss. Everybody agrees 60s, 70s are amazing. How about the 80s or the 90s as far as music goes? What do you choose?
Oh, I kind of want to say 90s because you're getting closer to that, like when they started really bumping in the 2000s, like the early 2000s. So I want to say the 90s because stuff was getting a little funnier and cooler with production around then too. So I want to say 90s, I think.
Then say it. Say it.
It's okay. She was born in the 90s even, so it's okay.
I know.
And things were bumping in the 2000s, but the 90s, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
The 90s.
And there were so many hits in the 90s too. That's like the No Scrubs and like the Wonderwall.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean,
album 10, Nirvana.
yeah. So yeah, I'm comfy with that.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm comfy there.
Ashley McIsaac.
Yeah.
Had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Just for shits and gigs.
Madonna.
Well, she's 80s. But
Really?
she had a big. Well, she was huge in the 90s too. No, she was.
But like
she
even
was,
Vogue, like Vogue was 90s.
and 2000s actually.
Yeah.
2000s actually. She
Madonna was definitely 80s and 90s. She did go into the 90s.
She's 80s, 90s, 1000s,
Whatever.
Like
20. She's going to
still
2040,
She's Madonna,
2050.
so she's just fine wherever she is.
yeah, she
There you are.
broke down all the walls, man.
That's it.
Yeah. So the next show is.
I mean, my next show here, like I gig here every Wednesday at the Black Sheep, 8 to 11. But then I think that after Music NL week, I have a bunch of random showcases, but I don't think a lot of those ones are public. But then after Music NL week, which is early November, I go to Toronto at the Horseshoe Tavern on the 25th for Come Together.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Ottawa's on the list at some point.
Yes, I really do. Yeah, I need to just come there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can meet us.
Oh, I had one more question. I could come and meet us because that's the best thing about Ottawa.
It really is.
Yeah. I was
Like a good person, like follow-up episode.
exactly in person. Yeah. Looking through your Instagram page, I noticed there's a lot of likes from Emma Lamontagne. You know Emma?
My queen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. God, she's so good. And she's hilarious. And she's, yeah. I think that it must have been, oh my gosh, what was it that me and Emma did together? It might have been Blues Fest. I might be recalling wrong though. But yeah, we did something together, some kind of Canadian music thing somewhere else, outside of Newfoundland. And yeah, I remember just like immediately be like, you are so cool and so down to earth. And she always supports the other girlies, and I love the way that she just is as an artist. I think it's so fun.
Yeah,
she's hysterical, man, when she does her songs on stage and stuff. I've seen her a couple of times. We've had her on the show. She's a very genuine human being.
Totally.
Yes.
And hilarious.
And extremely talented as well. So.
Very
Yes,
funny.
very much
Like
so.
her Instagram is very funny.
Yes. Yeah.
I know. It's hilarious.
Yeah. She's
too good.
a fun follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Rachel, for your time. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you guys. I really enjoyed this chat. Like I really enjoy when like podcasts and interviews just feel like different from the rest of them. And I really appreciate you guys like taking the time to really get to know me. I feel very heard. So thank you.
That's our pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
Stay with us just a minute.
Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus.